Good morning, St. Francis. What is a Nestlé for Healthier Kids initiative all about?
Good morning, Nandi, and good morning to the viewers. Nestlé for Healthier Kids is one of our global flagship initiatives, and this initiative really endeavors to help 50 million children lead healthier lives by 2030. And we're going to do this, and we drive this through nutrition education. So in order for us to reach this very ambitious target of 50 million children by 2030, local action is required, which is why we as Nestlé South Africa have redesigned, localized this program so that in South Africa it has relevance, and we will do that by launching through a campaign called Add a Little More Goodness.
St. Francis, if you could just paint a picture on how bad childhood obesity really is in the country and why it is of utmost importance to make sure that we feed our children more nutritious meals.
Absolutely, Nandi. So what we do know is the fact that in South Africa we've got the triple burden of malnutrition, and this is really prevalent across Africa and other parts of the world, particularly in developing countries and markets. And that triple burden of malnutrition speaks to overnutrition. So what we know in South Africa is that 13% of children under the age of 5 are overweight. We know that 1 in 4 children are undernourished, and what we also know is the fact that there's a severe micronutriency, and so within that context, the causes of those are very complex. But what we do know and what science tells us is that nutrition plays a very key role. That's why we as Nestlé feel the need to actively be involved and to drive the nutrition education so that we are helping and partnering with parents to shape healthier choices in food for their children and for themselves as well.
All right, so how is Nestlé helping parents add a little goodness to their children's plates?
Yes, so as the campaign leads, Add a Little More Goodness, we are going to look at different touch points in terms of bringing this to life. So add a little more goodness to children's choices. That's particularly around how we shape their behavior. Add a little more goodness in terms of the plate, so making sure that the plate is nutritionally balanced. Add a little more goodness to the activity. We know that physical activity coupled with good nutritional choices is also very key in the healthy development of children. And also add a little more goodness in terms of the playtime. So how do we ensure that during children's playtime, they're also engaging in this content? And so the different touch points, as I mentioned, will be on social media. We will also have gamified content, which will leverage during the holiday period, where we know that children are going to be, at home. So how do we bring that to life? How do we use gamified edutainment content to drive that? We're also then going to have different campaigns and different competitions as well. So within the competitions, we'll use influencers. We'll also have a very interesting, lively engagement with parents and children around meal preparation. We're also then going to have recipes that are taking into consideration, South Africans, our palates, and how do we add a little more goodness to that? And finally, we will continue doing the activations that we currently have in schools, partnering with the Department of Basic Education as part of the broader Nestlé for Healthier Kids program.
Yeah, it really sounds all very wonderful. So where do parents go for more information and to get involved and to learn how to make sure that their kids are eating more nutritious meals?
Yes, so parents can go to www.nestle-esar.com, and there they can find more information around the Nestlé for Healthier Kids, also on our social media platforms, Nestlé on Facebook, and then also Nestlé ESA on Twitter.
All right, thank you very much, Saint-Francis Tohlang. Let's leave it there. Corporate Communications and Public Affairs Director at Nestlé.